7 past 2 in the afternoon. So 7 past 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're going to continue replanting sweet potatoes right here. So this was our work yesterday. See that one? This was our work yesterday. We added the old sweet potato slips that we planted last time. We added more, and we have another location this afternoon where we're going to plant more sweet potatoes. We will have tons and tons of sweet potato seeds, friends. Look at that. We're going to cut the slips here that we planted last week so that it can reproduce more by this coming March 13th. So this is our new spot where we have to clean the area, and then we're going to plant sweet potatoes. So right there. So I cannot interact YouTube friends because I'll be working this area. So just join me in, and thank you for having me on board. So let's start the work. Why I'm watering this area? Because it's too hard, and we need to make sure that it's soft and we can easily plant sweet potato. We have to clean this area as well. You can see a lot of cassava plant branches that we have to remove. There's nothing here. We will not plant this side because it's our pathway. So just until here. Since there's no cassava plants here, it's pure sweet potato spot. Then I'm excited to see how this area will accommodate our sweet potato plants, and hoping that we will have a great harvest with sweet potato slips, and if possible we can also harvest some tubers. But like I said, I'm not really expecting tubers. I'm just expecting more on sweet potato slips. Because my mother has to visit us. No. It's a big tuber. Okay. Lot of topics, saplings. Okay. A few tiny tubers, cassava tubers, but we have our little critter friends here, the barrow squirrels. So we're going to give these tiny sweet potato, tiny cassavas, going to give it to them so that they don't have to go there to our cassava plants that we planted and dig in the soil. So we have to provide some food for them so that they don't have to go there and dig. Mhm. Wow, aphids. Actually, Mama was the one planting this. Planting without considering if will it survive, will it produce, or it just randomly planting. She used to do it back in Philippines. So I can't blame her. She's a good mother. Like, she doesn't want to waste time and space without anything. So when my dad was alive, 2 decades ago, they inquire most of the time because my dad doesn't want to have anything like kind of sore to his eyes. That's all he wanted is planting corn and corn. My mother, whatever she can think of, is trying to plant it. That does not agree. But most of the time, the plant that my mother planted was actually the one we put in. My dad is biased on one side most of the time, especially in his belief in religion. You could hardly convince him, but once he did, he'll stick to it. Yeah, I think it was not really difficult to clean this area, and now we're ready for planting. Wow. But there's one thing that I need to remove these uh, just drag these here, as this will create curiosity for our pet chickens, the native ones. This will create curiosity to them, and then might try to scratch this area. And when they do, that's the end of our newly planted sweet potato. So to avoid that mishap, to avoid that future problem, we need to make sure that there's nothing, no dried leaves that will stay in this area before we plant the sweet potato slips. Otherwise, that will be a game over to our newly planted sweet potato slips. Because chickens couldn't resist the itchiness of their feet once they get curious of a particular spot. Because they're thinking there's bug hiding beneath those dried leaves. Because they're right, that's in nature. And they knew that the bugs are hiding underneath those dried leaves. Because dried leaves that are falling on the ground, scattering the wind. That is the very sheltering place for the bugs to hide. Chickens are absolutely great with that intuition. So, in order for them not to get curious, you have to remove that triggers from their curiosity by cleaning up this area and to plant the sweet potato. It's gonna be good. Okay, let's begin. Mhm. The soil here, like, kind of nice if you can maintain watering. But if you don't, just a few days of abandonment, just a few days of not visiting here, soil is going to harden to the core. I'm just like kind of excited with your friends that we have this another spot where we are actually planting sweet potato slips. Sweet potatoes. I didn't consider that this was possible the last few years here. Now it's quite possible, you know. When it comes to tubers, I don't really into it. But if there is, why not? Actually, this week, like, I can commend myself. Not a self congratulatory, by the way, but quite diligent this weekend compared to the past weekend. Actually, actually last weekend I did only have one live stream, but I did not expect that my live stream that Sunday afternoon was able to have more than 1,000 views. That live stream alone, just one live stream. And this weekend we have four live stream, including this afternoon. But I think we only have around, I don't know, we could hardly reach the mark of 600 views total. I'm not sure. 197, 200, 365. Maybe can around 600 views, including this. I don't know how many of you will be viewing this live stream. I don't know what would be the kind of niche that might be so popular and trendy next few years from now. But I have decided that this channel will continue to focus on doing live stream and maybe a few uploaded videos or short if I have time. But if I don't have time, then we will only focus on live stream, because I only have to worry about my phone because it easily turn into hot temperature. But the rest of the factor, like, I can manage. Wow, this area can perhaps accommodate a number of sweet potatoes, sweet friends. Yeah, see, the soil is good if you soak it with water for like an hour or around that time. But if you fail to maintain that, then that's your worry begins. My first time to try. think there's future for these sweet potatoes here, actually. Actually, there's future for these sweet potatoes. So we're going to plant until here, maybe. Yeah, so in here, we want to make one row. There, one row. And then here, yeah. That would be hard to pour our hose here. Well, I need to make sure that I can connect. This is what I've told you this morning during our live stream, that I have to put another hose here to be connected here so that we don't have to bring this hose outside, and we'll have another source of water for our plants and vegetables, our bananas here, and other plants we're planting, not bothering this hose from inside to be brought here outside. So that's my plan. Hopefully I can install that within the summer time. Okay. I think we're done this part. We'll continue planting in one row from that side and the next here. Look better now, right? What do you think? Yeah, let me remind everybody that my focus here is to harvest sweet potato slips, not tubers. But if we can harvest tubers, it's already a plus. And now our friend squirrels here, really happy to dig in. I'm bringing them their food. So I have to dig a little bit deeper so that they will have more time to enjoy digging. Okay. I think we need to plant more sweet potatoes there as well. So I have to budget this. Sweet potatoes here are down. We have to I just checked the area, the other area. And I think I need to reserve some sweet potato slips for that spot right there behind the camera. I think I need to harvest some from there. We'll try to clean this area here. You can see that. That will be another spot for sweet potato planting. Yeah, the soil here somehow I would consider nice if you water them regularly because it's like the high this high percentage of clay, like mix of loamy and clay soil. I'm excited to see the outcome of this planting, different. I'm very much excited to see the result of this planting. Yeah, in the afternoon time, there's also sun in this spot, early afternoon, and then early morning from the east, the sun also like reaches out right here. So this spot is still good. Hopefully chickens are not going to ruin our work here, but my backup plan, we have to cover these sweet potato leaves right now with banana leaves so that chickens have no idea what's beneath. They might have some suspicion, but they can't scratch because it is covered with banana leaves. And then we're going to remove the banana leaves like a few days later because even if I'm quite busy with my final examination this week, I still have to spend time checking our garden here, like in the afternoon or evening time during the time that my wife and I will arrive back to work. Back from work. So maybe right until here. So this area it's a bit darker already. So we will now plant more sweet potato there. So just here. This will be the last pot. But we can have another row here. We are going to harvest tons and tons of sweet potato slips. But this coming March, my mother visits us here. That will be like more than 1 week after my wife's surgery, because her surgery will be this coming March too. So March too. So 11 days after. Okay. Hey, shh, no, ไม่ได้นะ there's a it's a sweet hen, like she's coming to the house early morning, every morning, quite early. Still cold for the chicks, even for me. And then waiting for me to give them food. And that hen is now walking around to my newly planted sweet potato. Hey, now, where are you there? Huh? Are you there? Hey, are you here? You're opening the door. Don't worry, I'll get back inside and give you some rice. You're waiting for me, huh? Uh, well, I don't think I can clean that area. I have to pick up my wife by 30 past 4 this afternoon. So, probably only this area here where we can plant sweet potatoes. Still have a lot of areas to plant, but I think our time is not enough for that today. And next week I have uh, an interview with students who are applying for Matayam 1 at Sianusun for the English program, and I think some MSEP and SMT students who pick 3 programs will be included in the interview, but they have 3 choices to pick, and likely maybe 20 plus students will be choosing only EP program, so they don't have another choice, but they have to uh, work intensely and seriously about the interview. So these are the kids that I'm going to interview this coming February 22. That will be Sunday, next Sunday. So next weekend I only have Saturday where I can work here in the garden, because I don't know, but I think it will be like whole day event, or maybe a few minutes in the afternoon and then whole morning. But I was told like in the morning the interview will start at 9 to 11:30, or 9 to 11:30, or 9 to 11, and then if there are more kids, probably another an hour, or but I remember like last time, but that was in EP4, in SEP and SMTE4. I did interview like around, I can count the number, but I think we lasted until afternoon that time. So probably that would be similar this time. So that's a whole day event. So whole day that I will not be here in the garden. In the afternoon, if I finish first, then I'll just have to wait my wife uh, finishing her work at the language center, like a kilometer away from the school that I'm working. So likely we will be able to come back home like early evening. So we don't have time for a garden that weekend. So likely Friday evening and then Saturday, whole Saturday, I have to work intensely here. over time. And then by Sunday evening, upon arriving from work, from school, then we have to visit here our work and then water our garden. Prepare ourselves for Monday. That will be the last day for me to see my students before the final exam with the other subject, because the final exam for the rest of the subjects will start February 24. That's Tuesday, the 27th. I have to supervise an exam for 4 days straight with two Thai partners. Thai teachers will only have 2 days. But for foreigners during that time, we don't have much work. Just supervise, sit in the examination room for the whole schedule. For 2 or 3 subjects in the morning and also in the afternoon. Like in the afternoon, like most of the time, 2 subjects. It seldom happen that there are 3 subjects in the afternoon. Okay, so that's it, YouTube friends. We have. I think the brother roosters now are fighting again. It's so crazy. Roosters. Hi. Because I'm getting curious of the newly planted, not newly planted, but newly added sweet potato plants there. So likely they will have the same intuition here. So it's better to cover banana leaves for these sweet potatoes to be protected from the monstrous feet of our good chickens, where they cannot control or resist the itchiness of their feet. I'm sure we're going to scratch this area here tomorrow, any time of the day, once they have the opportunity. They have an opportunity to do it. So to protect the image, the integrity of our sweet potato slips here, not to damage any of the leaves, and to have a good looking sweet potato next Saturday, because I'll be having another live stream here next Saturday showing you the progress of our sweet potato plants that we planted today, February 16, 2026. February 16, 2026. February 16? Oh, no, 15. February 15. Today is February 15. Tomorrow is February 16. Sorry. February 15, 2026. Make sure that the sweet potatoes won't be damaged. So we have to cover this one with banana leaf. I think we will start covering the banana leaves now before we proceed to another task. Otherwise we might forget doing it. Okay. Okay. And then a small banana leaf. Really good. And this remaining spot. Yeah. Okay. Huh. What time is it now? 47. Okay. 3. You still have. Let's move there with your friends. We just covered our sweet potatoes. Okay. I'll try to clean this area here. I don't know if it's visible. I think it's visible, right? YouTube friends, we have an additional space where we can continue planting more sweet potato slips right here. See that? And this is something nice. Wow, we have lots of sweet potatoes this year. You know what? When you eat a lot of boiled sweet potato, tubers, your fart is really smooth. Yeah, every time you fart, smells like him. But I think I have to plant this area with additional sweet potato. Yeah, I have to. We still have an hour left before I have to stop this live stream and go to the city proper to pick my wife from the language center. So before going there, we have to work faster here and plant more sweet potatoes. I think this coming Saturday, what I can do is more uh, cleaning. Yeah, weeding, uh, sweet potatoes. Yeah. We can plant more sweet potatoes here, YouTube friends. So I have to water this area here. Yeah, our phone is away from away from the direct uh, reach of the sun. Yeah, I think our live stream can still continue running for another hour time. So I have to harvest the sweet potato tops here, YouTube friends. But I'm afraid I can't show you that because I have to adjust the angle of the camera. The sun here is somehow quite bright right into my position. So sure, I can adjust the tripod position, likely not. But I think I have to continue clearing this area. I'm going to put in the chicken. You see this water, that other end where the water reaches to a point. That's the area that I'm going to clear from here going there. We have few sweet potatoes which we planted there. The soil is still hard and it will take a lot of time to work it out. So I prefer to plant sweet potatoes this area. So I think we're ready to cut the sweet potato sticks here. We're going to plant more potato plants right into this space. This available, this added available space. But let me clear the area first before we can plant. We need to be in a hurry. Friends, very quickly because it's between. I tried planting um, before pandemic. That was before pandemic. No, not before pandemic. Around pandemic time, I planted. That was around May or June. I planted a certain variety of sweet potato here. But then I neglected that one afterwards. I was not able to maintain like looking after that because I was hooked up with other tasks inside the compound. And when I checked back, like 2 months later, it was covered with unwanted vegetation and unwanted things. So I lost interest of taking care of further. So there I stopped. I was able to continue. I shared the jersey that I had yesterday. Some smelly. I smell it. It's disgusting. See? Now it's clean here. And we're going to plant more sweet potatoes. Just have to make sure that it's soft and the digger can penetrate the soil even 2-3 inches deep. It's fine. You just have to maintain watering the area for the next coming days thereafter. Yeah, I think we're good. So we need to start planting sweet potatoes here. Though I still have a few slips in here, I'll try to wrap it around the side so that I don't have to go down here later. Yeah, I think so. Remember, the purpose for this is to get as much as possible a lot of sweet potato slips. So we're not into tubers thing. We're into harvesting tons and tons of sweet potato slips. Three more slips, and after this we have to cut new slips here. Um, squirrels will be confused which sweet potato first they're going to eat. Now it's time to cook some of the sweet potato. I think the huge difference, the first time I planted sweet potato before, it was still very Uh, the environment was very unchanged at that time. That was brand new, a lot of debris, a lot of insects. And then that was the starting season for spring. Now we're just approaching summertime. So our plants are to dependent with us and watering this area. Now I have more interest in looking after our plants here outside. And I'm quite mature now because I'm running 40 years old this year. So I'm sure I can really maintain, not 100% taking care of these, but as much as possible, abandoning these plants that I have planted here. And likely because of sweet potato tops that we're going to harvest every time my mother will visit here in September. I have to look after my sweet potatoes. I have sweet potato tops to harvest. So make them, and with that, we can really take care of the plants. Okay, YouTube friends, I think I need to move the camera. 12 viewers, wow. Thank you. Who are you? Please comment at the comment section, man. That would be awesome, man. That would be awesome if you can comment where you from. So, what we have here are the sweet potato tops that we're going to cut and then replant them. Now you have witnessed where I harvested these tops and where we are going to plant this one. You have witnessed that one, right? Okay. Watch clearly. Future friends, I want you to be back next week, next Saturday. And I want you to see the progress of our newly planted sweet potatoes. And these lips here that they just started to grow, but I will really cut the other half of it so that we can reproduce more sweet potatoes. We have more slips. Okay. Mhm. think next Saturdays we have to like do some weeding here because the unwanted vegetation they started to sprout and they're really fast. And the presence of these unwanted vegetation, these weeds, the presence of these weeds are very unwelcoming because they're very welcoming of our sweet potato. To avoid that problem, we have to yeah, we're running out of sweet potato, my friend. Okay. We still have a few here. Not visible in the camera anymore. Yeah, we're able to harvest now a lot of sweet potato tops. Hey, bye. I think we have to do some more reading this coming Saturday. Okay, YouTube friends, now we've got these Look at what we have harvested here. A lot of sweet potatoes. See? And we're going to replant that one here. Yeah. Agoy. Ow. Sheesh. That was an accident, little friends. Hello, guys. How are you today? Okay. See the sweet potato slips we harvested. A lot of it. We're planting for the purpose of great. Sheesh. I can't imagine the number of sweet potatoes which we're going to harvest here. It's like worth waiting, it's a friends. Worth waiting to see the result of your hard work. Okay, that's it. Yeah. cannot deny the fact that the soil here is so good, so likely we'll have good result both the tubers and the tops. But well, again and again, I tell you, I won't really, not really, I'm not really into expecting tubers. I'm just excited to harvest sweet potato slips here, or sweet potato tops that my mother is going to sell in Bangkok. Ah, it will be really, really a lot of sweet potato slips. Imagine look at what we have here. So the sweet potato plants that I cut, where I cut these tops here, there are 3 weeks to go, and I'm pretty sure it will reproduce 2, 3 more slips in each plant. The plant that we cut, where we cut these tops here. So, wow, it would be like a wonderful sight to look at. Next 3 weeks. So my mother canceled his plan to come here this March 6th. Instead, she's going to be here by March 13th. So 13 days plus now it's 16, right? No, 15. Now I am always forgetting with dates. So today is 15. February is 28. 17. So 28 days. 28 days later, almost a month. Ah, you'll see this place here. I'll be doing live stream as well during that day, YouTube friends. So just make sure that you subscribe our channel and you click the all so that you'll be updated every time we have live stream. And I'm pretty sure that during our live stream this March 13, March 13, that's Friday I guess, so Saturday March 14, Saturday March 14, that's the time that we're going to harvest the sweet potato slips, and I'm pretty sure you'll see our sweet potato here during our live stream. Hopefully we can have at least 2,000 plus views, no? This March 13. So please share to your friends, and hopefully YouTube will help us with algorithm and my like. I cannot claim that I'm consistent in doing live stream, but I tried my best that I can do live stream as often as possible. right now, this weekend, we're able to have 4 live stream. I'll try to do some live stream again, 2 live stream this coming Saturday, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Hopefully we can catch up with the time, no? And I can do live stream as often as possible. I tried like early morning, but I cannot stay consistent to it. It's hard. But if somehow YouTube will recommend our channel for live stream about gardening, like to 2,000 people, and that 2,000 people will be staying active, watching us in our live stream every time we do. And I'm pretty sure even if there's 500 viewers, regular viewers in our channel, then I will wake up early morning, watering our garden, checking our plants, and have some deep conversation early today. I'll do that. I tell you. Yeah, I promise you, YouTube friends, I'll do that. At least we will have. Oh goodness. At least we will have 500 regular viewers. Because that 500 regular viewers will also connect to more people, and algorithm will help. Then I'm pretty sure we will have more and more people coming to our channel, and I'll make sure my live stream will be authentic as possible, like this one. If you're searching for further authenticity than this, I don't know. Like no sound. You can hear the noise of the nature here. There's no bullshit here, YouTube friends. Just pure life. Pure life evolving. Okay. I'm also leaving some narrow footpath where I can step on it without stepping on our sweet potatoes. Wow, look at what we harvested from sweet potato plants that we planted here. Actually, yesterday I also harvested tons of it, and then I replanted it beside the 2 week, 3 week old sweet potato slips that I planted last weekend, and then last 3 weekends. I think the oldest is around a month. And I'm pretty sure that this newly planted here will be good looking this coming Saturday. By the way, this coming Saturday morning, either Saturday morning or afternoon, once we begin the live stream here outside this coming Saturday, this will be the first, like, first 20 minutes. I'll let the camera stay here so that you can see the update and the progress of our sweet potato that we planted now, February 15, 2026. So this February 21, next Saturday, you'll see the progress of our newly planted sweet potato today. So I'm going to let the camera run for 20 minutes, maybe first 10 minutes there, the first spot, and then second 10 minutes here in this spot before we move the camera to other spots here in our garden. And the last part of our live stream today, YouTube friends, will be viewing you the entire area where we occupied with sweet potatoes already. What? What happened? Man, what's going on here? What happened to my video? It's too hot now. Oh yeah, it's too hot. Look at that. Look at that, YouTube friends. Our newly planted sweet potatoes. Right here. So, this coming Saturday, I think there was an interruption because I moved the phone with, while I moved the hose, there was like drops of water fell into my phone, and so caused some disruption with our live stream. Now, still running. Okay. Look at the sweet potato slips we harvested from our newly planted sweet potato here. Now they are new sweet potato slips here. This coming Saturday, the first 10 minutes, I'm going to show you during our live stream the first spot that we planted, and then another 10 minutes that I let the camera stay for another 10 minutes here for you to see the progress of our newly planted sweet potatoes. So I'll be planting more in between here. So we're running out of slips, by the way. So likely next week I'm going to cut another 6 of sweet potato slips here. Yeah, I'm going to cut right here, and we'll continue planting this area here. In the middle it's still empty, probably there a bit near that little tree there, and then another row near the banana. So I think Oh, I can't imagine it, to friends. The sweet potatoes that we planted in this area. Ah, it's massive, massive, massive sweet potato. Why? Ah, the chickens. Yeah, it's a friend. They are soaking themselves to that soil where I am planting sweet potatoes and cassava plants. And likely they created, they just created like a damage for sweet potatoes there. Now let's go and check. Well, before that, I have to view the spots where we are planting sweet potatoes. And look how massive it is. In my entire life, since I'm here in Thailand and even in the Philippines, this is my first time where I planted tons and tons of sweet potatoes. I'm not exaggerating with you friends, but a lot of sweet potatoes that we're planting here. Because my very primary purpose is to harvest sweet potato slips. But this variety of sweet potato that we're planting right now, I keep mentioning this one in my live stream. This type of sweet potato, this variety of sweet potato, doesn't need a thorough care. That means you can plant this one anywhere as long as there's soil and just water, and you will see a tremendous progress or result of your effort and your hard work. And I can't wait to see the result of our effort here. Considering that a lot of sweet potato slips I planted here, man, it's going to be huge. So I'll show you around there. That entire that entire spot where I place banana leaves, it is surrounded, or it is um, occupied with sweet potatoes. Look at that. A lot of sweet potatoes. And here are newly planted as well. Look at that. Look at that, YouTube friends. We just planted that one right now. Yeah, moments ago. Look at that sweet potatoes we have. Yeah, turn in here. The one I showed you. Yeah, that is occupied. That entire space covered with banana leaves. It is occupied with sweet potato slips like this one here. Look at that. Look at that, YouTube friends. And yeah, the old sweet potatoes we planted like few weeks ago. And moving here, yeah, with cassava plants in between. Look at that, YouTube friends. A lot of sweet potatoes we planted here. Look at that. Look at the area. That's massive. A lot of sweet potatoes we planted. This is crazy, right? Here, look at here. YouTube friends. Yeah, these are surrounded with sweet potatoes. Yesterday we planted sweet potatoes right here into this tiny canal here, and lots of them. Look at that. Yeah, a lot of sweet potatoes. And here, the massive sweet potatoes here. YouTube friends. Look at these massive sweet potatoes we planted here. Yeah, a lot of sweet potatoes. This is crazy. But there is a spot where I'm kind of curious what happened. See, chickens were trying to mess up here. I have to cover the area. So hopefully they won't touch anything here with your friends. Yeah, we planted a lot of sweet potatoes. And I can't imagine this coming month of May. Today's February 15th. This coming month of May, like March, April, like that will be third month from now, month of May, or maybe end of May, or during around June, during the time that there's holiday in the month of June, like around end of June or like July, and we're going to visit here and dig in some fucking tubers. I think there will be tons of tubers that we're going to harvest here because every time you cut the tops of the sweet potatoes, then it will be detrimental for the tubers to fully develop underneath the soil. So the more you cut the tops, so the longer the period where you can harvest sweet potato tubers. And this variety can last only 6 weeks to 7 or 8 weeks, the longer time, like a matter of 2 months where you can harvest sweet potato tubers. And here we're targeting 12 weeks or 13 weeks or 14 weeks, 3 months and a half, because we're cutting sweet potato tops this coming April. Mama will be here again, aside from March 13, and then by another the next month by April during Songkran days it's holiday, so she'll be spending us another 4 or 5 days here with us with my wife, and so we're going to cut and harvest sweet potato tops for my mother to bring back to Bangkok and sell to her friends and her customers, including the bananas that we're going to harvest during that time. So another month of waiting. So we'll try to extend another 5 6 weeks. So that will be around half of June, or by end of June another 7 8 weeks to add to date from the time that we cut sweet potato tops by this April. Then I'm sure there will be tons of tubers to harvest here. Hopefully, our friend, our little critter friends, our barrow squirrel friends, won't mess up these planting. But of course, that's why the reason I'm planting a lot, so that it confuse them, and then they won't focus just one single spot to dig in, and they will have hard time to like consume because there will be a lot of sweet potatoes. So with that, we're also feeding our little critter friends, and we can also harvest tremendous harvest of sweet potato tubers aside from the tops. But as much as possible, I will try to maintain this one because during rainy season we cannot keep up with the growth of the grass, the weeds, and wanted vegetation together with our sweet potatoes. And I don't want to use herbicide to spray the grass because it's poison to the soil, and we're also killing our plants. And with that, I have to spend much of my time during weekends, Saturday, Sunday. I need to be diligent during that time, pulling out every single grass and unwanted vegetation right here in our garden. And hopefully, we can manage the time and we can keep up the cleanliness and order of our garden here, especially our garden enclosure that we need to fix that one. And this summertime, I have to build a chicken coop for the native chickens that regularly coming to the house and ask for food. And I assume that they're mine now because most of them were hatched inside the compound, and now they're growing big and mature right now, and they're reproducing. So I need to build a coop where I can put them inside, and I have to design something that they can just walk around inside that maces made of steel. I hope I have budget for that. So hopefully we have more subscribers, or maybe we can find sponsors for that project. I have to build another kind of doom for my hybrid chickens at the back of the house. So I have a lot of projects to do this coming summer. So hopefully I can manage my time, and my wife will have her surgery this March too. That means for the next 2 or 3 months, all the tasks in the house is mine because she has to rest. So I don't know how I can manage my time, but we'll try to do our best. So that's the time that I have to wake up 3. I usually like few hours sleep, but right now during that time I have to like start working during 2 a.m., 3 a.m. because I have a lot of work to do. And so I think that is all, YouTube friends. I have showed you the entire spots of our planting here, sweet potato. I think there's a few tiny spot that I didn't show you, though it does not look good, but I'll try to develop that spot to somehow be able to keep up with the rest of the sweet potatoes here. So I will show you that one right now. And after that, we're going to end our live stream because I need to pick up my wife back in the city proper. And we have a lot of other things to do here after. So here, you two friends, you can find that we still have sweet potato tops we planted here, just a few of them. I think they started like around 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks old or 1 month old. And look at that, it's growing. With that, YouTube friends, thank you for having you here. And I'm glad that you join us in our live stream. And I hope to see you once again in the next live stream that we're going to have here. So stand by, and I still have to water this area here. Okay, so wait for a moment. I need to water this area. I have to bring the hose there from here. Okay. And I was not able to water. I do. Oh man, I think someone have pulled this off. Hopefully no. But if it were, then I'm afraid that chickens are going to come back tomorrow again and then try to pull one of these slips. And randomly they pull the newly planted. There's no roots holding beneath the soil. Then they can easily pull it out from the soil. And that's game over for our sweet potatoes. And I'm planning to plant more towards, yeah, from there. And then we have still huge area left here where there's no banana plant standing, so we can plant more sweet potatoes. But like I said, this area here is the first batch where We planted sweet potatoes simultaneously, but we're planning to add more in the sunny spots. YouTube friends. Okay, we only have one viewer left. So thank you guys for having you. So I'll see you in the next live stream. Likely, hopefully within this week, we'll be able to do live stream again. But I cannot assure which day because from Monday to Friday I have to go to school because I am a full-time teacher. So during our free time only that we can like spend time in our garden. So that's very limited. But well, um, summertime is approaching and we are in the final week. Actually, tomorrow I'll continue the long stretch of my oral final examination with my students. So likely I can manage to like have some live here early morning before going to school. I have to do live stream. And before going to school, I'll be doing live stream. And yeah, these are cassava plants. Look at our cassava plants. They're ready for harvest, by the way, but since there's no order from our customers about cassava cake, then we still have to wait for. Actually, there are, but it's my wife that has no time to do it. So likely in the coming weeks, we will be having our cassava orders, and I'm going to harvest these cassava plants standing here. And yeah, it's a form of income from our garden where I use that money to buy feeds for our chickens. Where are you from? Yeah, I'm from Thailand, sir. Me hard. Okay, I'm from Thailand, sir. Eastern region, Canterbury. I currently reside in Thailand and working as a full-time teacher in a government school. According to the locals, the school that I'm working, it's one of the top or the top secondary school in the province of Canterbury. I don't know. It's the locals' claim. Maybe. Uh, yeah, I'm working there for a few years now. Um, this year is my fourth year being a teacher there. Yeah, these are cassava plants. I planted more than 120 plants. Yeah, more than 120 cassava plants I planted here. No, not just 120, I think around 140, 150. But the surviving ones, maybe around 100 plus, 110, around. Some of the saplings died because probably it's not mature yet that I included. It's near the top of the branch of the cassava plants that I also included for planting. But our new batch, I planted around 55, 57, and only 2, 3 mortalities, so around 50 plus 53, 53, 54 that are surviving for the second batch. And then there I added around 1, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Around seven plants I added. That other end where the water reaches from here. Yeah, those are newly planted. Behind these sturdy, tall uh, cassava plants here. Yeah, underneath it's clean. There's no grass growing because it is covered by that shady part of the cassava plant. So I think I'm also considering to add more planting here. I'll be planting sweet potatoes. But the real headache here, the chickens are roaming around and they scratch everywhere. So if I will not reserve a spot for them to play with and to scratch, then they're going to damage or jeopardize my sweet potatoes. So I don't want to do that. And if I plant near these cassava plants, these cassava plants have around this huge, like human knee size of tubers underneath the soil. I don't want to crack it if I dig a hole to plant sweet potato slips. So I'll just have to wait for these uh, plants here to be harvested whenever there's clients who are going to order cassava cake. Since my wife will be operated this coming March too, so I think the order will be pending. I don't know how to bake. It's my wife's doing. My specialty is farming and gardening. So we shared responsibilities. It is her baking, pastries, cooking, everything like that. She's expert to it. And here I'm producing the tubers that she's going to bake. So I think end of May, but that's the beginning of rainy season, so it's difficult to keep up with my time here in the garden and my other tasks. So I don't know, maybe next year I can decide to plant sweet potatoes here. But at the moment, I need to wait for these cassava plants to be harvested and replant another batch of cassava plants near to that spot where I'm going to harvest the original, the first batch that is being planted. So, and then the rainy season is coming up by May or June. Then it's not wise to plant sweet potatoes during that time because the grass are quite fast to grow and yeah, it's not easy to maintain. And we will only be wasting time for that. So I don't want to do it like extra effort and then there's no good result. The outcome is bad, so I don't want to do it. Too much risk and then we're not getting anything from it. So with that, I just leave it for the chickens to scratch here. Well, it looks good because it's clean underneath, so we don't have problem to cleaning. And then by the time that the rain comes, the next uh, 3 months. Oh man, I didn't notice that I was stamping on my sweet potato that I planted yesterday. Yeah. Okay. So I need to bring this hose back inside the house or back inside the compound. So I'll just have to water this banana tree there. We have to water that one. Yeah, almost 4:30. 16 past 4 in the afternoon. So we need to water this area on this particular banana trunk series, you can two of them are now bearing fruit. The other one, it's an average size cluster of fruit. I already removed the blossom. And the other trunk, the blossom just started to come out. I think in 2 weeks' time, the new tiny fruits will come out. And then that will be the time that I have to remove the blossom so that it can also add to good production of the banana hands if you cut the blossom earlier as much as possible. But if you just let the blossoms stay until the time it gets mature, then the good quality of like the sizes of the banana hands is not the same. Okay, so we're about to finish this live stream, YouTube friends. Actually, I have to finish this one lately, but then since I saw viewers, now we're going back to 7 viewers. So I just uh, tarry a bit for more viewers to come. Yeah, back to 3 viewers. Once we get 0, yeah, we have 5 viewers now. Thank you. Where are you from? Please do tell me at the comment section what country are you watching from, what time is it right there in your location, so that I will be able to get to know about yourselves, where you're from, and how far our channel is reaching to this live stream. We're growing back to 10 viewers. 3 viewers again. Okay. So hopefully YouTube will recommend our channel to uh, some wealthy countries, to people like who doesn't know how to spend their money, and then they're going to start sharing what they have because they don't know how to use it. And if that happens, then our channel will be uh, a recipient of the generosity. And of course, we're going to use that whatever money. Actually, I'm not really expecting like income in YouTube. But if it happens that it's possible, then I'm going to use it back to the garden. I will not use it for myself. Yeah, even the time that like subscribers are sending support, financial support, then I will use it back to the garden. Probably I'll develop the garden. I will plant different types of uh, vegetables and plants, or maybe I will rent another space of land where we can cover more spots, more locations, more planting, more gardening, more farming. Yeah, that's my plan. Hopefully, 1, 2, 300,000 of you out there might be triggered to like fulfill that dream. Yeah, that's my dream here in Thailand. I'm trying to work it out, but I'm just a mere teacher. My earning is too small. It's less than $1,000 a month. But I'm trying to have some side income from Forex, but not that much. Most of the time, the account is burned. But then, I'm trying to build a little bit from Forex and poker. And if I can have enough money to like register myself to be a permanent resident here in Thailand, and aside from that, I will be applying for citizenship after getting a permanent residency. And if that happens, then Once I'm citizen here in Thailand, so um, I can acquire properties. I can buy lands under my name, and if that happens, then we're going to do more farming, more live stream, more farming, more planting, more gardening, a lot of work that we're going to do in the garden. And probably during that time, I'm a bit older. I'm running 40 years old now. If that happens, my dream, before 10 years, then I'll be running almost 50 years old at time. But I'm still be really hardworking in the garden during that time, planting more, farming more, and raising rescued animals. So that's my dream, my ultimate dream here in Thailand. So I need to earn a lot of money, hopefully from forex and poker, and then I'll be dreaming to be a citizen here in Thailand, and then I will acquire land here in Thailand under my name for farming and for animal sanctuary. So that's my dream. And if that happens, once I'm getting old, like 60, 70, 80 years old, I have nothing to do but to look back my past. So I have documented every activity that I'm doing since before my 30 years. I started filming my work with this channel like 2019. So yeah, I have to look back my past, my younger self, and then seeing the work I have done, the farming, the planting, the crying, the upset moments, the disappointing days, the heartache months, like those mixed emotions in the past. That's how to treasure things when you get old, looking your younger self, and then yeah, I did that. Even some small things that you have done, but if you documented your activities, your work, yeah, that's the very real purpose of this live stream. Because when I get old, I will not be enjoying with other videos out there, politics or whatever. I have to look back my past, my younger self. And that's something to reminisce, imagine, and then it makes you satisfied that even you're old, but at least once in your life you have done this kind of thing. Yeah, and that would be beautiful. I'm pretty sure, though I cannot appreciate the value of it at the moment because I'm still running 40 years old, but hopefully I will reach another 40 years. That will be 80 years old or maybe above that. Then I can enjoy more years in life. And yeah, my wife and I, hopefully we will have a child after her surgery, but she's 42 years old now. But hopefully she can still uh, get pregnant. That would be difficult, but at least we can have one. That kid might be really genius because both of us are old right now, and hopefully it's not autistic. If that happens, hopefully it's complete, it's not abnormal, and that kid might be genius, I'm pretty sure. That would be the biggest reward I might have in life. Oh, I forgot to cut this potato slips right here. Why? I missed that. Okay, YouTube friends, thank you for watching. Okay, I cannot stay any longer with this live stream, but thank you for having you on board today. So see you once again next weekend because it's 26 past 4 and I need to pick up my wife, so I don't have any other time to tarry longer in our live stream. So bye bye, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Hopefully we can do live stream again this weekdays. So bye bye, and glad to have you here. It's my utmost pleasure that you have joined my live stream, like no matter what. Thank you. Bye bye. See you everyone.